Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Parliament on Air on Radio Universe 105.7 FM. I am your host, Elizabeth Kabuki Okansi. To you, our distinguished listeners, we thank you for always tuning in to Radio Universe. If today is your first time of tuning in to Parliament on Air on Radio Universe, then this show serves as a constitute for informed dialogue, promoting understanding and fostering a sense of collective responsibility as we tackle the challenges that lie before us. With an unwavering commitment to open and transparent discourse, we endeavor to provide a platform where diverse voices can be heard, ideas can be exchanged, and solutions can be explored. Well, each episode we talk about is training issue happening in the country and the various concerns on campus. We also educate students and individuals listening with good information about parliamentary matters. Well, I hope you are all excited, gingered, and ready to embark with us with today's discourse. Well, today I'm thrilled to bring you an exclusive interview section with two distinguished guests who have played pivotal roles in the University of Ghana Parliament House. You see, the song is saying that so many yeah if so we all have a role to play for this country to move on. This Saturday, most of you are glued to your seat and feeling relaxed, and a lot of you don't know what to do over the week or over the weekend. Well, it is good that you tune into Radio Universe for exciting discussion this afternoon. Well, throughout their tenures, these visionary leaders have navigated the complexities of parliamentary affairs, representing the voices of their respective caucus and advocating for the welfare of the student body. Mama Eberanye, Ebeya, Efiyenara. Today we have the privilege of delving into their remarkable journeys, exploring their achievements, challenges, and the lasting impact they have had on the university community. Moreover, we will be diving into their aspiration as both are vying for the prestigious position of the UGSLC presidency in this year's election. Wow. Well, I know most of you are very surprised and are eager to know more. But we will uncover their motivation, policy priorities, and their vision for a brighter and more inclusive future for the University of Ghana. Today, as the host of Parliament on Air, I have the honor of guiding this crucial conversation, but it is the collective wisdom and active participation of our esteemed panelists and you that you are listening, our value listeners, that will shape the discourse and the drive of the discussion forward. Mm. Well, so sit back, tune in, and get ready to gain valuable insight from our esteemed guests as they share their experiences, idea, and aspiration with us. So tell a friend, a family, or a colleague to tune into Radio Universe 105.7 FM because today's discussion is going to be heated. Well, this show is live on Radio Garden, online radio boss, and mytunein.com. So if they do not have a radio set, that will not be a challenge. Before we go on with the interview with our guests, we will take a short break, and right after the break, we'll delve into the discussion. So stay tuned.
The love of my life, Emmanuel. I love you, darling.
Love you more.
We've been dating for 5 years.
Yeah, we're actually planning our wedding. One question everyone keeps asking is how we've been able to sustain our love.
How it grows stronger every single day.
Here's the secret. Maybe should we tell them? It's a comfort zone.
With the help of the amazing panelists, the advice, teach, and educate some different relationship issues.
From trust issues to jealousy, spending, cheating, communication,
and even sex. When it comes to love, relationship, think comfort zone.
Every Sunday at 9:30 p.m. on Radio Universe 105.7 FM. Let's get comfortable.
It's all about love. Don't miss it.
Baby, I'm dancing in the dark. You between my arms. I found a love for me.
It's all about love. Don't miss it.
Baby, I'm dancing in the dark. You between my arms. I found a love for me.
Hi, I'm Evelyn with the love of my life, Emmanuel. I love you, darling.
Love you more.
We've been dating for 5 years.
Yeah, we're actually planning our wedding. One question everyone
The die is cast, the mark is set, and the heat is on. Who will be the first person post in this year's University of Ghana SRC election? Who gets to lead the charge of student advocacy in the nation's premiere for the next academic year? Last year was intriguing. This year promises to be even more intense. Join the Universe training for an accurate, balanced, and comprehensive coverage of all the electoral events. Tune in to catch the heated debates, the rivalry, the promises, the propaganda, and the show of desire to lead. All on your election lens to Radio Universe 105.7 FM. Who seals the deal for you? Join the conversation with the hashtag UGDecides on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We are at Universe 105.7 FM. And on YouTube, we are at Universe TV. You can also log on to our website at www.universenewsroom.com. You ready? Let's peruse their policies now.
the link?
I called him. He said it's coming. I don't know. I come to start.
The link.
Huh?
The link.
The link. I've shared it to you. Yeah.
It's on the
This one
screen.
I'm doing it on YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, YouTube. Live. Okay.
Rachel. Yes. They've locked the office for the printing. Well, welcome back from that break. And if you just tuned in, this is Parliament on Air on Radio Universe 105.7 FM. If you are doing the listening, you can share your views by sending a text or WhatsApp message to the number 0249 102019 and we shall read for you. We would also open the phone line, but kindly take note of the number so that you can call when we open the phone line, and the number is 0244046393 0244046393. Without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to majority and minority leaders who have joined me in studio, but then we will start with the majority leader first. And so as we embark on this engaging interview together, so be with me. Good afternoon. I hope you are doing well.
Good afternoon to you and our cherished listeners. I'm very fine. How about you?
I'm doing great. I can see that this afternoon you are dressed in expensive kente clothes. You are really displaying our culture heritage to us. How do you feel like? How do you feel this afternoon?
Oh, I'm very okay. I'm very fine.
Well, yesterday with the presidential debates and the rest, I saw that your name is trending with Justice Allah. Tomorrow begins today. Oh, hey!
I see.
Oh, wow.
We finished the debate this morning. I think it has been it was a good interaction and conversation among all the candidates on the different tickets.
I can
That's
see.
a good one.
Wow, I can see that. Thank you for being here today. We are eager to learn more about your tenure and then the contribution you have made to the University of Ghana Parliament so far. So let's start with you. Can you share with our listeners a brief overview of your role as the majority leader and the key responsibility that came with it?
So yeah, a very good question. I would like to begin with my journey as my journey to UGPH and journey to being majority leader of the parliament. So I joined the University of Ghana Parliament House right from level 100 when I came. I had, right from high school, I was head prefect, SRC president, debate club president, writers club president,
Well,
Pensa president, Pensa secretary. So like the student leadership experience was already there. So when I came to University of Ghana, I already had the interest to join the parliament before coming. So I didn't have a second thought about joining the parliament. So when I came, I applied and appeared before the competent vetting panel, and I got selected to join the parliament. So right from level 100, those who know me, I met the likes of Honorable Emmanuel Adika, Honorable Jimmy Mausi Adangbe, Honorable Prince Semeko, Honorable Charles Asori, Honorable Kenjo Yebu, Honorable Eugene Sajima, Honorable Hadiru. Like, you can mention them, Honorable Erika Kate. All these people were seniors I met in the parliament right from level 100. And it was a good interaction. The then speaker was Honorable Right Honorable Amenyona Yao. And as a young boy in level 100, I was, debating with these seniors in the parliament. It was a great experience. So when the opportunity came in the 18th parliament for there to be an election in the caucus, I actually did a lot of consultations and people reached out to me. And right in level 200, I decided to, contest for the majority leader position. It was actually not an easy one. It was my first election at the University of Ghana. And then that election, I was managing myself, right? So I had to do the testing, the calling, and all of the things myself. I got a number of friends that helped with the publicity. And I was contesting or competing against like one seniors of the parliament who was in level 400 then. So the competition was stiff. I remember Honorable Hamza, he was part of one of the people who were encouraging me. Because looking at the contest ahead, it wasn't an easy one. Level 200 contesting against the level 400.
I can see
On that day,
the audience alone.
on that day of election, it was like a mixed feeling, okay? I was so sentimental about it. I didn't know my fate. Looking about the propaganda people were saying, I'm just in level 200, I should allow a senior. I think they had a case in that, but I was firm. I told them that I believe leadership is not a matter of age. It's not who has been in the parliament for long, but who is ready to, represent the house. And let's all be given the same platform and let the honorable members of the majority caucus choose from us. And by the grace of God, I won that election. Nkrumah's victory, like we say, was a landslide victory. Mine was a landslide victory, which I didn't actually expect.
Wow.
And then in the 19th house too, same. I went unopposed in that particular election. So this is my second time serving as the majority leader of the University of Ghana Parliament House, and it has been a great experience. I keep telling people that I attribute 90% of whatever you see me do in student politics to the platform University of Ghana Parliament House gave me. It is a platform that if you allow yourself, you learn a lot of things. One thing that I think the new people that join the parliament are failing to do is to identify people that can mentor them. When I joined the parliament, Honorable Adika, I doubt he's listening, but I know that he knows that he was one of the people that I identified and was critical upon for mentoring in the house.
Wow.
And these people really took interest in my development. The Honorable Jimmy Adangbe, Honorable Prince Semeko, like both divides. They were so instrumental in my development. So to end on this note, I just want to give a word of advice to the new people in the house and those who want to join the University of Ghana Parliament House. That when you join UGPH, one thing you have to identify is people that will be possible mentors to you. Because you need people who have walked their way, who have been where you want to be, to give you the proper nurturing, the proper, guidance for you to climb. Because it is not easy doing student politics in the University of Ghana, and you need some of this coaching. Whatever you see me do, it didn't happen like in a day. It didn't happen within the twinkle of an eye. Like, lot of investment has gone through it, and I think one thing I love to see is that to see people like mentees doing better than me. So like I have mentees that I actually mentor. So let's take advantage of people who have the experience and let's tap in the experience. Thank you.
Wow,
Honorable Hamza, you're welcome.
let's take advantage of people and also make sure that we tap a lot. Thank you for that interesting insight, and turning to our minority leader who have been, I think, trending over the week on Twitter, Facebook, everywhere because of his big jargons, and I think a lot of people are looking for this gentleman to push. Well, it's an honor having you here today. And so to you, minority leader, can you tell us about your role as the minority leader and the significance it holds within the University of Ghana Parliament House? So far, how were you able to manage as a leader within the house?
Okay, thank you very much once again. And before I start, I want to send a very warm greetings to all our cherished listeners and my majority leader and yourself, because you have been doing a yeoman's job by taking that hot seat. And ever since you took that seat, you have not looked back, and you have really been doing a lot of things which endures to the benefit of UGPH and by extension the whole university academic precinct. Yeah, I think all the things that I have to say, my other leader has just enumerated some of it, and I also touch on a few. Yeah, I remember level 100, like he said, if you don't have the zeal, the passion to learn, when you come, you not even search for some of these things. When I came to level 100, I met the likes of Senior Adeka, Asore, Samson Nuponu, Tagbo, Hadiru, and a host of others. And I really submitted myself to them. I subjected myself to them that I wanted to learn, because I believe no one in this world is the only repository of knowledge. And as it goes in the Akan adage, you follow who knows who. So I joined. I think I went with along the same day for the vetting, and after the vetting, we were sworn in. They took us through rigorous assessment. It wasn't easy. The likes of Abel, the likes of Kenjo, the likes of some other senior honorable members who have left the house. So I joined the house in level 100 because I was ready to learn. I wanted to learn the rubrics and the rudiment of parliamentary proceedings.
Wow.
So I really humbled myself to them, and they also took interest in my growth. Not only an interest, they took a new interest in my growth, because they thought that, or they saw that, yeah, this guy has some potentials, and if you are able to help him in the end, we are sitting here today and we are mentioning their names for the good things that they have done for us. If they had turned a blind eye to our growth, I don't think we would have even mentioned their names on this platform. So I want to seize this opportunity and send a very heartfelt gratitude to all these people that I just mentioned, and I want to say a very big thank you to all of them. Now, when I joined University of Ghana Parliament House, like I espoused earlier, I was ready to learn. And the likes of Allah, we all joined in level 100. We could see the exuberance in us, how we were yearning, how we were craving to learn. And level 100, fast forward, we came to level 200. And level 200, I was opportunity to contest as the first deputy minority chief whip, which I went unopposed.
Wow.
Which I went unopposed. And from there, I contributed my little quota from behind the scenes to help the caucus grow and to make sure that every initiative that we are taking is in the interest of students. And like fast forward again, we went to level 300, and it was level 300 that the onus lied on me to contest for the minority leader position, because my caucus members deemed it fit and prudent that yes, Hamza has really worked. And if we want someone who will bring the caucus together, make it more effective and efficient, you cannot surpass Hamza. So once again, I went unopposed again as the minority leader. And yeah, we are here by God's grace. And I must say something. I am very, very happy and ecstatic.
Wow.
Do you know something?
Ecstatic. I like the way.
this level 300 year batch. I believe we are doing great. And when I see the future prognosis of this thing, I become very happy. Because just imagine how we are doing this politics, and one day we find like 20, 30 people from a year batch in parliament or anywhere. You could see the difference and the kind of big and we are here together with my able deputies, my clerk. I cannot gloss over them because they have really helped me and they have done a very workaholic and laborious work for their caucus. So I will conclude by saying that once again, thank you very much to everyone who really took a keen interest in my growth since I came to level 100. Do you know something? I completed this. I always say this thing, not just to blow my own trumpet, but I completed SHS in 2015, sat in the house for good 5 years before coming to the university.
Wow.
So when I came, I thought, yeah, University of Ghana is a window of opportunities. University of Ghana is, opportunities are bound, but it behoves on you, the individual, to take advantage of them and utilize them to your advantage and or to your merit. So I believe, yeah, it has been like Honorable Majority Leader stated, it has been a nostalgic moment sometimes when we cast our mind back where we are coming from and where we are today. The only thing we can say is that God bless everyone who took any interest in our growth. And also we want to use this opportunity to thank God for helping us, because He is the colossus of all knowledge and wisdom in this world. And if He doesn't grant you an iota of it, there's nothing you can do in this world to us. There's nothing you can achieve in this world. So on this note, I will reiterate again and recapitulate what I said earlier, that University of Ghana, if you are in level 100, 200, 400, and you haven't joined, I will entreat them to join, because, do you know something? Everyone is a political animal. Because the decisions that the political class takes have effect on the social class in our country. So I will employ them to come on board. It's a learning process. No one is perfect. If we were perfect, we wouldn't have even come to the university. So it's a learning process, and by God's grace, it's purely apolitical, which gives us the platform to harness our debating potentials and also abreasting ourselves with the nitty-gritties when it's come to parliamentary democracy. So thank you very much once again. And I must say, I'm very glad to be here today with my tomorrow begins today and a redefined focus. Let me say something very succinct before. On a most, like, left to me alone, I would have loved to pair it alone. But you know, this is politics. And politics is the art of the possible. So anything at all, and that is one thing I've been preaching to my other aspirants. There's more life after this politics. We shouldn't be casting aspersions on our personalities, because we have really worked for this thing, and it did not just come on a silver platter. So I believe in my subsequent submissions, I will get the opportunity to expatiate more on some of these things. Thank you very much once again.
Interesting. You know, leading a caucus can be challenging. What strategies did you both employ to foster unity, cooperation among your fellow members, and achieve your legislative objectives?
So, you know, I would not like to be here and be an angel to say that there has not been any challenges at the caucus level or even among leadership. There have been so many, right from the 18th parliament through the to the 19th parliament. One thing that, you know, in every leadership arena, the people who are at the back see things differently from those who are hemming the affairs. So you get to get so many comments from people and all of those things. One of the things that personally I have developed is that I don't confront people. Let's say I meet you and I confront you on issues and all of that. I don't do that. I really appreciate the courage of those who really meet me and tell me that, hello, it is A, B, C, and D you have done. That is why this and these are going wrong, or that is why I'm not happy with you. But if you're unable to tell me and then you go about saying it, first of all, I see you to be a coward in quotes and a hypocrite. Because, you know, it's a parliament house and then we are underpinned by one core value. What we seek to do is to champion and deepen parliamentary democracy at the student level. So, Nyansa any baku for dream. You know, that's what the Akan adage says, that, you know, wisdom or knowledge is not in the head of one person. So if you have an idea, you believe that this is something that is workable, it is feasible, I believe that you should be able to bring such things on. But I appreciate the people I've worked with till date. We iron our differences so fast and we are able to forge on. I remember there have been times that myself and Honorable Hamza, we disagree, we fight on the floor of parliament. Like myself,
Interesting.
Speaker, we disagree, fight on the floor of parliament.
See, we are even
But
enemies.
the thing is that right after you try to, find good grounds to, iron your differences.
Sure.
That is what makes democracy and student leadership beautiful. In the University of Ghana, we have TESCON, NDC, NPP. You see these people, because of interest, they fight. But they meet at levels and they have the best of moments. We see the same thing at the national level. So when I see people trying to make like unnecessary enemies out of these student politics that we do, forgetting that it does not end after University of Ghana, it does not end after your first degree. It becomes worrying and problematic to me. I still want to advise young people like myself, I'm not old, but people that are coming.
Sunny, you are
Yeah.
old. Don't lie to us.
He's old in politics,
People that will come after us, that let's learn to iron your differences so fast. Aside NDC and PP, aside TESCON, aside whatever caucus, there is life after these things that we do. You meet our national politicians. Just recently, the Church of Pentecost organized a national development conference at the Pentecost Convention Center, Gomo Afete. The Vice President Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia was there. Former President John Ajikum Kufuor was there. Former President John Dramani Mahama was there. And you see that they were saying good pleasantries. And you be at the background and be making unnecessary noise, be fighting unnecessarily. These are some things we have to imbibe as young people. Let's imbibe the culture of tolerance. Like I see, at times we are in the university, so I expect that we act and behave in certain ways. But if you see university students or university student politicians who act so intolerant, whatever they say is fine now. Your opinion does not matter. It becomes worrying and problematic. Because your party or because your interest is this, whatever any other person says becomes, like, let's say, foolish to you. It's not something that we actually have to condone. Let's learn to be tolerant, and I believe that there is a good way ahead of us. Like I keep saying, tomorrow begins today. Whatever we do today has an inevitable impact on our tomorrow.
Interesting
So it is
motto.
very-
And moving forward
Yeah,
to add that,
so
even
I
though
think
tomorrow begins today, you must approach it with a redefined
focus.
I really like the collaboration here. Well, let's go on this interesting topic, or this interesting question I want to give you. But I'll start with Hamza. Okay, so both of you have decided to contest for the position of UG SRC
You allow
president.
me to talk about the
In
problems.
the
We have also faced problems. I'm not virgin of these problems, and I would like to espouse
Okay,
some
sure.
and also use that opportunity to also advise those who are behind us and those ahead of us.
yes.
So thank you very much. And
That
I-
one too will come. So
Okay,
I would
okay.
add this, and then you add all to it.
Sure.
So in the you both are aspiring for position in the UG SRC president in the upcoming election. What motivated this decision, and what do you hope to bring to the tables as potential president? But before then, you would like to tell us your challenges. So,
Yeah, sure.
Hamza, let's flow.
I know. Once again, good afternoon to our cherished listeners. I know Radio Universe, we shouldn't joke with where it reaches,
Yeah.
because Radio Universe transcends beyond the circles of University of Ghana.
Mm,
A lot.
exactly.
I remember anytime I come for programming, after the program, I receive calls from some big men, which for due to some personal reasons I cannot put their names
Oh, yeah.
forth. And I was surprised that even the Jubilee House, they follow things that we do here in Radio
Exactly,
Universe.
exactly.
So I would say it is a very colossal platform for us, and we thank the management for giving us this opportunity. But before then, let me go to my substantive issue, being the problems that we face or the obstacle that we face, being the leaders. I am not going to mince words, and without any iota of equivocation, I will tell you straight that no leader is virgin of obstacles or problems. You know that we agree to disagree, and in as much as we agree to disagree, it does not make us enemies. So you need to have the the belly to stomach all this criticism that comes in. Critics are meant to correct you or are meant to mold you to become something better. And if you don't have that belly to stomach all these things, I don't think I don't even think that you are fit to call yourself a leader. Yeah, I have faced plethora of problems since I became the leader of the minority caucus. But like I said earlier, due to the diligence, effectiveness, the efficiency, and the workaholic trait of my deputies and the other leaders of the caucus, we have been able to live up to the task, even though I still believe there's still room for improvement. So I will also once again seize this opportunity to let them know that we are human beings. And so far as we are human beings, we will definitely be fraught with defects. We are not perfect. Even Jesus Christ and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when they came to this earth to help, let me say, cleanse the unscrupulous or the uncanny things that we have done to our maker. They themselves, they were never, you could see the penchant of criticism that were thrown at them. So I believe even then, they had a stomach to receive criticism from people. How much more people like us who are learning to become future leaders in this country. Yeah, we have faced problems, but like I said, together with my team, we have been able to summon them, not all of them. And we are also looking forward in making sure that at least by the end of our tenure, we would have repositioned the minority caucus, and knowing that even when we are not around, we will still have a very effective leadership front that will take them on. So thank you very much. And once again, the minority caucus and me myself as a leader have not been version of problems or criticism, especially from our own caucus members.
Even me, I've held you responsible before.
For so many things. And it is very good because you are there to hold your leaders accountable. You are there to hold them to their feet, to work in your environment and not their self-aggrandizement or any self-conceited agenda. So, like I said, yeah, we are not free of problems, but I believe with a positive synergy that we have created as a caucus, we have been able to surmount some of these obstacles and problems. Thank you very
So
much.
let's come to your decision of going for the position of Eugene SRC presidential election in the upcoming 2023 election on campus. What's really pushed you, or what inspired you to go for that position?
Oh, okay. First and foremost, let me give a very big shout out to the Vanda fraternity, especially the traditional outfit, and to also seize this opportunity to inform the general student populace that on the 4th of August, the Old Vanda Greater Accra branch is having the Jamboree. It is a mini festival that we used to have in the hall, but it's because all these unfortunate incidents happen, it truncated some of this rich culture that we had in the hall. The reasons why I decided to throw in the towel and contest for the SLC president is that I realized one thing when I came to level 100. I realized the kind of successes and achievement that our forebears chalked when they were students. We have totally digressed from it due to one, the infiltration of partisan politics, two, the self-parochial interest of people involved in elections and involved in students, let me say, politics. So I sat back, I did a very thorough self-introspection, and I did a very thorough soul searching, and I told myself that students, in these trying times, we need someone who has the temerity We need someone who is eloquent, because as a leader, you have to be eloquent. So that when you go to the negotiation table, you'll be able to negotiate on behalf and to the benefit of their welfare and their plight. So one thing that really motivated me was the fact that I realized the student front has lost its voice. And if they care to know, we are 71,000 and we are the biggest stakeholder in this university. But because we are unable to find one voice or rally behind one voice or a voice in unison, it becomes very problematic trying to maybe communicate or sell our problems or issues that we are facing. So I think I was moved by that one to come on board and restructure the fractured student leadership architecture and prove to them that yes, once again, University of Ghana is a premier university. We set the pace for the others to follow. But one thing that I always hold dear to my heart is the fact that, like I said in my earlier submission, where we are coming from and where we are now, it is only the divine grace of God.
Yeah.
We cannot, we cannot share the grace of God with anybody. After staying in the house for 5 years and coming to the university, when I entered UGPH, and by the way, let me also see this opportunity to inform them that the minority leader position that I'm occupying is the 15th position that I'm occupying since I came to this University of Ghana, since level 100 till now. So that one alone should tell you how effective and efficient that I am. Not in any way to blow my own trumpet. So I was motivated and that they took. So I am of the view that the discerning student of University of Ghana finds favor in me and my vice Manasius. We promised them, we have done it before. And they know Hamza Kwame Sahadu is a consummate advocate for students' welfare. And since level 100, everyone who has been with us since level 100 can attest to this. And this is one of the threads which is really helping me with my campaign. I believe it is high time we vote for someone who is going to be a consummate advocate for student welfare and not someone who is going to be a conformist. They will get to the council meeting and they will start becoming conformists. We need someone who can challenge the status quo. Challenging the status quo does not mean we are going into a rift or a fracas with the management. But challenging the status quo means that putting them to their feet and making them do the right thing at the right time. So I believe in a nutshell, one thing that we can do is that they shouldn't be intimidated that they will see their certificate, they will do that because there is a saying that there is power in numbers. And if we should come together and have a very huge number on the street of University of Ghana, demonstrate or send our petitions or our grievances to the correct or appropriate quarters, I believe some of these things will be solved. And we shouldn't also be oblivious of the fact that the ministers, the MPs who are out there have their sons, their wives, their daughters here. In as much as they have the money to pay for the fees, in a way it will also affect their financial pocket. And I am being compelled to once again state this here once again. I don't know whether this university is being run by capitalists right now. I don't know. Why should you bring in out policy when you have not made any provisions? When you cannot just suppose our own case to Kenya University. When you go to Kenya University right now, the private hostels around the campus, the management sometimes have an interest or even have an upper hand in that. And moreover, it is unlike University of Ghana, the proximity. Someone can go for a hostel and the person is coming from Adenta, La Paz. And if the person is supposed to have a 7:30 class, we all know the traffic issues that we have in this our country. So I believe University of Ghana has time to be corrected though, but I believe University of Ghana has the biggest land or the biggest campus in the whole of West Africa. There are a lot of lands there, undeveloped lands. Why don't we sit with building contractors or firms? There's this policy that I'll be bringing called the BOT, build, operate and transfer. And already I am in talks with some leading construction firms in the country, and they have assured me that if by the pulsating will of God, the discerning student of University of Ghana finds favor in me and they vote for me. And I am not saying even if I lose, anyone who wins, I will make sure I approach this person with this policy, because I believe after all we all stand to benefit, and we are not here to do MPP NDC. MPP NDC is for the future. So once again, I am not going to promise the goods and the discerning student of University of Ghana heaven, but I can promise them that if they bank their hopes on me as the next SRC president and Manasius as the next SRC vice president, they can be rest assured that at the council meeting they will have a voice. At the council meeting they will have someone who has the testicular fortitude to stand in and fight for the welfare. And once again, let me see this opportunity, because I can see our time is almost up, to use this opportunity, this platform. I know the management, most of them follows what transpires here. We are in no way fighting against any management, but we are fighting against their excesses, which is in bad prognostication of students.
Please break it down for my listeners.
Bad prognosis. Let me say, we are against any decision at all that they are taking, which will go way forward in what demeriting students and rather not meriting them. So Hamza Kwame Sahadu is number 4 on the ballot sheet, and like I said, I am not Kwame Nkrumah, but even though my name is Kwame, but I am not Kwame Nkrumah. Neither am I Gaddafi, but neither am I a magician. But I believe but I believe together with a positive synergy, students can join us so that we can give hope to that level 100 student who's coming from Ukuku, who's coming from Siribekwai, has to get to this campus, go through this accommodation hassle and bustle before he or she can get a place to lay his head. I want them to join us so that together we can give hope. Just imagine recently, they gave out 10 billion OCDs to the management for the 75th anniversary. Do you know the number of level 300s who have been forced to defer their course? What is going to be the benefit of this 75th? 1 billion, I stand to be corrected. But so this 1 billion could have used to either thoroughly gone through the duties of some of these affected students, the ones who are vulnerable and cannot afford. The SLC could have done better. And I am not saying they
But I think they do have this scholarship.
Madam, I am not going to mince words with you. This scholarship scheme that you see on campus is being totally and crystally fraught with partisan politics.
Hey,
I am telling you.
Give us the evidence.
Because myself, since level 100, I wouldn't want to mention names here for the sake. My apply, sir. Now you this boy who don't then they belong to us. We should my apply, sir, my bread. But seriously, I will say that, like I said, time is not on our side, so I will leave you to go to honorable justice. But once again, it is a redefined focus. Your voice is our action, and we are here to give students a results-oriented leadership.
Wow, interesting. Now coming to Honorable Justice Alo. Yesterday on the same question, but yesterday you did, I think you and your boss mentioned one interest policy that one student, one bed.
Oh, yes.
I hope this is not Nana Akufo-Addo initiative on campus. So please
I'm so
really
glad you actually
explain that policy because I think when I followed, it became heated. A lot of people are saying one student, one bed, whilst we don't have a bed already on campus. How is this policy coming to have effect or help us with the
This is a
students?
very good platform to actually explain that policy.
Good.
So one student, one bed policy.
Yes.
It's actually not beyond implementation.
Oh.
This is what we've started doing already. We've engaged facility owners around Okonglo, facility owners in Madina, Whiteman Hostel. We've engaged facility owners not Legon, Hacho, Adenta. What we are seeking to do is that there are facility owners who want to and are willing to convert their facilities into hostels for students. Okay?
And before that, are the prices affordable for students?
So
because
this is what we've already started doing. When we are sharing our Ahunto policy documents this very day. When you take the policy, it gives you step-by-step negotiation, talk about pricing, talk about affordability, talk about shuttle service for students who live in this hostel. We are looking at the proximity of this hostel and how students will be able to commute from these facilities to campus. The one student, one bed policy is not saying that we are coming to build a 4,000 or a 5,000 bed capacity building for students of the University of Ghana during our tenure. But what we are seeking to do is engaging facilities around us, facility owners who are ready and are willing to convert their facilities into hostels and motels for our students. This is what we seek to do as the Odate, Lamte, and Alon-led administration. I understand that from yesterday's debate, people have different interpretations
Even
to that particular
me.
policy. But I want to give a clarity on that policy. That what we are seeking and what we have already started doing is that we are engaging facility owners. And what we are doing is that with these facility owners, they are willing to convert their facilities into hostels for students, and which we are going to get these hostels at affordable prices for students. It is not beyond feasibility. One thing that I want to actually tell students at this particular point is that what has happened to us at the University of Ghana at the University of Ghana when it comes to student representation is a miscalculated priorities. Misguided, miscalculated priorities. Misguided, miscalculated priorities. There are things that needs attention. When you read the book of Brian Tracy, Eat That Frog, Brian Tracy talks about priority and prioritizing things that are really important and things that are needed in status quo. So you see at the SRC, there are so many things that are SRC, but there are some things that are actually not needed. There are some things that will not actually contribute to the welfare of students in status quo. What we are going to do is to actually adopt the things Brian Tracy spoke or wrote about in his book Eat That Frog. We are going to actually calculate and actually foster and lead an SRC that is chief on student welfare, an SRC that will prioritize student welfare. We are not going to run an SRC that has a miscalculated, misguided priority. This is what I want to tell University of Ghana students listening to me this very hour. I'm representing the Samuel Udate Lanti and Justice Alo tickets. We are chief on giving students a better representation. We are not oblivion. We are not ignorant of the many things that students are confronted with, the challenges that we are faced with as students. But one thing is assured that throughout history, there is that time that, destiny raised up leaders to do something about things that are wrong. We talk about the Nelson Mandela, we talk about the Kwame Nkrumah, we talk about the Marcus Garvey, we talk about the Julius Malema, we talk about the Professor PLO Lumumba, we talk about the Nyerere, you talk about Thomas Sankara, one leader I admire so much, you talk about Jerry John Rawlings, and the likes. This is the time. Destiny is raising leaders that will take the charge, that will do something about the things that we believe are wrong. And I believe that this is the time that we go to the poll and elect leaders, elect student leaders that have been chief on representing the things that they actually stand for today. Our track records speak for what we are actually seeking or standing for today. We remain number 2 on the ballot screen. On whichever day we go to the polls, I want to actually ask the discerning students of the University of Ghana that they have seen us advocate for students right from level 100. They have seen us championing the cause of students when our own students, some of our students who today want to actually take up leadership position were actually against what we were doing. I remember vividly when I petitioned the Parliament House, there were people that today want to lead the SRC that were against it, calling it a lost cause and all over.
That is politics for you.
You remember on Radio Universe, I was seeing interview, people were saying that the petition was politically motivated and all lot of things. And today, these same people are coming to tell us that they have the interest of students at heart. I leave that to the discerning students of the University of Ghana. I believe that going to the poll, the discerning students of the University of Ghana will make the right choice for a better representation at council, just like Honorable Hamza said, not conformist, but we are going to be people that will work hand in hand with management and actually champion the very cause of students. Ending on this note, John Locke, one scholar and philosopher when it comes to modern Western political thought, talks about the fact that the trust or the role that subject or electorate give to leaders is called fiduciary trust. The fiduciary trust, when it is broken, John Locke talks about the fact that you have to take that leadership power from the leaders. We have experienced the kind of leadership at the students level that we elect leaders, and when they are not representing our interests, we leave them just like we do at the national level. Let's wait for another 4 years. Let's wait for 1 year. 1 year, they say members is here.
Okay, Justice, there is this question, but before then, I'll read some interesting comments from your fans on YouTube.
Okay.
Some are saying that, hey, host, why are you dragging my president Nana Akufo-Addo inside this there nah? And someone is saying that this accommodation issue there, we go explain tire no evidence. Well, they are listening to you. Some are saying that Slay Major we got approved. And then there is one saying that it's better we start now with the accommodation issue. Before we go, I like the policies you are all bringing on pertaining accommodation. But have you put into mind any services like how people or students will be transported from their various hostels in case your policy is being implemented to campus? How are they going to come? Like how Honorable Hamza said, a lot of traffics and the rest. If students are having 7:30 class and some are having late classes and they'll close exactly 7:30 p.m. in the evening, how are they going to commute to their various hostels' houses?
This is the thing. With time issue, we live in a country where our roads have not been even dualized to actually deal with the traffic issue. There have been several conversations about dualizing our road. You know, the first time I got to the street of Brussels, Belgium,
Hey,
I was surprised. Like
Traveler.
six going,
traveler. This one there.
six going, six coming, six going, six coming, six going, six coming. I was like, whoa, where am I?
What am I?
You know, so you come to Ghana and one going, one coming, one going, one coming.
Even the one going, one coming, there is potholes. You be in the car and then
It's not potholes again, they are manholes.
It is actually worrying at times. But what we are seeking to do is to give students a place to lay their head, a place of comfort, so that even coming to the University of Ghana, when they gain admission, you will not be worried about where am I going to sleep. You know, level 100, portal was open within 1 minute. Bed NASA.
I think there was a time a student called. They were crying. They don't know they were on the portal and then they don't know
The
how.
beds were finished before you even lost it.
There's an account addict say, "Uni veranda, yeah, if you don't have a veranda, there's no way you can rear the animal called monkey." Here's the kid that you
I like that question. You brought it.
You
So what are you people going to do if you are giving them mandate in terms of online securing bed online for yourself for students? What are you going to do to improve on that?
Online system, I believe that there should be a proper check, even right from UGCS. The interest where or the situation where you know, there have been several allegations that people pay money to get the bed ahead of time, the protocol and all of that. These things needs to be actually, you know, dealt with.
My majority, let's say alleged before they drive.
Alleged, yeah, like I said, it's alleged.
Okay,
I said it's alleged, yes.
Sharp.
So it is alleged. Let's actually, you know, put on the portal beds that are available, not beds that are not available. Because level 100, I faced it with myself, and there are so many people that have faced it, and there are people that I'm a resident now. I'm now in Elizabeth Francais, the hall I was in level 100.
Oh, okay.
You know, being a non-resident, like when I am speaking about non-resident issue, I have been there before.
I have a list.
You know, I have been there before. I know how non-residents feel.
This brings me to the issue. Do you people know that there is a non-resident rep? Like a rep for non-residents on campus.
Let me tell you something.
But have you people tasked this person on this particular issue?
Because, you know, earlier on he stated something that, like, I'm not here to cast a slur on anybody's reputation or office. But if we have a very proactive, effective, efficient, people-centered SRC, I believe they need to take any interest in this. Let me tell you something. I got to know the stress that non-resident goes through, and people who can't, people who don't get accommodation on campus. When we were moved from Commonwealth to the diaspora, when I came for the first 3 weeks, because it wasn't easy. My mom is paying 850 per semester, and all of a sudden she needs to cough out 1,921. You can imagine a watch seller, and you yourself, you know the economy that we find ourselves in right now. And very soon, I'll be opening a branch on campus.
Oh, that's great.
So I anticipate. So I spent just 3 weeks at my friend's place at Adenta. That 3 weeks that I spent there, I swear, I don't even pray for my enemy to be going through this trying time.
Come on.
Even TNT alone, almost finished the money that I brought to campus, my life, everything. So it was there that I took it upon myself that no, something needs to be done about this. And if something must be done about this, it must be done well. Thank you very much. We are almost done, so if you need to give our
yeah, so you can give your final message to
okay. So we can see Mr. DJ is in and he's already tapping. So once again, thank you very much, the senior student of University of Ghana. This is your brother, your friend, your enemy, your everything, your foe. My name is Hamza Kwame Sahadu, contesting for the SRC president this year, together with Manashos Ayimbota as my vice. And like I've always been saying and has always been re-echoing to the discerning students, I am not Kwame Nkrumah, neither am I Gaddafi, neither am I a magician, but I believe together with you, we can take a voyage to the land of uncommon transformation. And together with you, we can restructure the fractured student leadership architecture. And once again, prove to the management, like I said, no one is fighting any management. No one is fighting there. But we want the right thing to be done. And the right thing being done is enduring to our benefit. Thank you very much once again. And a very big shout out to all residents in Liman, my caucus members, and all vandals. And 4th August is a jamboree.
So I want to take this opportunity to wish all the University of Ghana students well in their exams. I pray that God will actually complement our hard work with good grades and results. I want to tell every discerning student of the University of Ghana that whenever we are going to the polls, remember Justice Alo and Samuel Odatenamte. We are number 2 on the ballot screen. I thank all my team members, right from all the angles of our schools, and let them support us and vote for us come 15th or 18th of.
Thank you both for sharing your experience and wisdom with us today. Your dedication to serving the student body at the University of Ghana Parliament House is truly inspiring. To our listeners, remember that leadership is about impact, empathy, and empowering others. Stay tuned for more stories of leadership and change making in the world of education. Until then, next time, and I've been your host, Elizabeth Kabuki Okansi.
Kabuki, Madam Eli, this one is it for Kabuki, please. Don't be doing it.
I was waiting, but I didn't see
don't
you.
wait.
So.
When your time, you say it's time. If you come later, you understand. That one no problem. You try and come on time. Anyway, but this one I was waiting for Zanga. That's why I really did. You understand? Because when I they can't save you, so you waste my time. But please, I beg you. You're all brothers and sisters.